cover their shame. But also I would go ahead and say, when it comes to rebuking and correcting their weakness, we have to do it, I like your words, Apostle, to the right ears, in the presence of the right ears. Because you can expose the Father. Sometimes I struggle with the example of the New Testament where the Apostle Paul publicly rebuked Peter.
Yeah.
And Peter was exposed to the people he was preaching to as weak. He was exposed to the people he was preaching.
Let me bring a balance there.
Yes.
If you look at what Paul did,
yes,
and that is in a different level. That is like, that one is ministry.
Yes.
That one is not family, whatever. For instance, in ministry, ministers of the gospel are representatives of God. So if one minister of the gospel gets it wrong, God, that both of them represent, can use this one and rebuke this one. And at that time, you don't take it as the minister of the gospel is the one talking. You take it as God, the Heavenly Father, using a vessel to correct all of you. You get my point? So if we see it as God using Paul to correct Peter, and God is the highest authority, we don't question him. He should rebuke us the way he wants. He can use a human being, can use a cock the way he uses on Peter. He can use anything. So within that perimeter, because why we needed to correct that size, because even me here in Kenya, people look at my age, they don't actually know my age. Though I look younger than my age. I've forgotten the country I visited, and I got tired. I was there praying, so when I finished, I came down, sat in the lobby. So a Russian lady and the husband came and sat by my side. So they started talking. Why are you from Nigeria? So, and I look so small, they look so huge. So when we're not talking, the lady now will be entitled to the issue of age. So sorry, we were saying something. So and that's okay. When I was 30, this, she looked at me. What do you say? I said, when I was 34. She said, I told you you were a teenager. I said, teenage what? So, because you look so huge, you were calling me teenager.
Yes.
So people don't know that even in ministry, me, I started preaching at 16.
Yes.
So I have been over 31 years in ministry, and age 47, all of that stuff. But when it comes to matters of the kingdom, our age, that doesn't matter. Kingdom matters among ministers of the gospel. It doesn't matter. So when we come up with corrective teachings, they don't pay attention to the content of what we are saying. So what the fathers will say, he is disrespecting us. You get my point? Yeah. And they will use that to cloud the mind of the people, not to hear what we are saying. You get my point? So me, I saw it as a strategy that the old prophet used on the young one. Yeah. You get my point? So they don't see that when it comes to kingdom matters, there is, when the Spirit of God take a Micaiah, he can say anything to Ahab. When the Spirit of God take an Elijah, he can speak to Ahab. When the Spirit of God take a Samuel, he can look at Eli and say, you have been wicked, this. If you look at the content of the prophecy of Samuel to Eli, you will say this guy is not respect. But Eli did not say Samuel disrespected me, because Eli knew that Samuel was speaking under the authority of God. That's what the Bible says, when we speak as oracles of God. So when somebody is speaking as an oracle of God, you have to respect what the person is saying. You may not respect the personality, but respect the prophecy of what the person is saying, and treat it at that. But if you enter into using the person's age to manipulate people not to hear what the person is saying, this is where Paul also said to Timothy, like you said earlier, do not allow anybody to despise your youth. Yes. Do not allow you, hold on to the message and let it be so strong. But sir, I hope you haven't forgotten your thought. I just needed to bring that because of our audience, not because of us, because we understand, because of our audience. Because there's a place in the scripture where Paul himself wrote to Timothy, he said, do not rebuke an elder. He said, correct them as elder. This is where we have to let our audience know there should be a system for correcting fathers. Your father, biologically or spiritually. For instance, I remember when the thing got so hot, I told them, those who say they are fathers of the line, I told them, listen, you are not my fathers. I have a spiritual father in Nigeria. So if you're talking about father, I'm not your son. In the first place. So I have my father out there. So if let's say people were my spiritual fathers, you will not even do what you are doing, because I'm going to meet you in the office. The way I met my spiritual father. Actually, my spiritual father was also doing some of these things. But I sat him down. I didn't go public. I sat him down in his office and we spoke. And he stopped. Up to date. So let's say any of you were my father, I will meet you in the office. I said, Dad, I want to see you. Okay. And I will come and say, look, this thing you are teaching about altars, stop it. It's not good. Look at what it. Look at the Old Testament. Look at the New Testament, and you will stop, and nobody will know. They will just see you that one day you're no longer talking about altars, and that's the way we'll correct it. But this time around, I'm not your spiritual son. You people will not even listen to me if I meet you. You will not even give me the audience. So because again, the heresies are on the street. So let's also cry on the street.
Yeah.
like there's something I said to Mr. Martins, that the reason why you see bloggers are now saying things they shouldn't say about ministers of the gospel who are at the father level. Bloggers are the one crying it out. Everybody's saying about, because there is no system in the church to correct these things. Let's say we had a system like the early church, where all the fathers of faith sit down to check doctrine.
Acts chapter 15.
Yeah, Acts chapter 15.
Yes.
To harmonize doctrine. Yeah. This one will come up and say, last night I was praying and the Lord said to me I should take oil and pour on the street. Please, let's check it in the Bible. Can we? Does it agree with the Bible? Then we all sit in that forum. This one bring his own with humility and sense of value for each other. Bring this one, bring this scripture, We now compare. No, it's not right. The Bible said, do not despise prophecies, but prove all things. So we have proof with the scripture. You don't take oil and pour on the street. Okay, thank you. And the person bury it. The person will not come out and pour the oil. You get my point? Or the issue of spirit husbands and all of that stuff. We check them with scriptures. But because the church does not have that system, so now it has now spewed on the street. It's like when water is coming and there's no way to channel it. You find it on the street. Yeah. The same thing in biological families. Yeah. Fathers are doing a lot of wicked things. Like a woman, a very sorry story I had. The woman, her husband was sleeping with her daughter. Oh my God. She knows. And this girl is 18. She knows. He started sleeping with her when she was 14. She knows. The day the girl went out and exposed it, the woman and her husband team up to beat the girl. Oh my God. They now asked the woman, why will you do that? He said, because I want to protect my marriage. You don't protect your marriage by covering abomination. If you also look at it the other way around, maybe there was no place for her to take the report to. And she knew the consequence. If I should take this report that this man, my marriage will be gone, and I don't want to lose my marriage. So let's talk.